There's a truly cursed banners they have, by the way.
God, they
They haven't
always do, man. I'm
Mhm.
wondering what they're gonna do for playoffs. You know, they just like reuse the same banners and be super boring, or do they create something even better? I mean, I don't know how you increase, the meme potential on the Sad Boys banner. That thing was something else. But they're gonna go ahead and
Well,
take Shoes Undying as we expect.
yeah. Well, the Arkosh is a truly evil team, and the most evil thing to do would be to reuse content.
It sounds like
Nice.
something they would do.
Yeah, Night Stalker now grabbed on Arkosh. Solid against all the heroes here. I mean, it flies right over the arena. Mars struggles to do anything with that crippling fear. I talked about how much I love crippling fear as a silence. Not able to do anything with either Mantis style, Ghouls, or Lotus Orb to counter it out. So Undying is going to struggle as well. Guardian Greaves too. Uh, God, I mean, you have a bunch of heroes that you like playing on 5Midas. It's probably going to be Sonic on this Mirana, Shu on the Undying, and Monster on the Mars. But your game plan isn't looking too solid. You've got very strong heroes at Arkosh that mesh well together.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Mars is
there's-
pretty good against Medusa because he does so much damage so fast, so you can burn through her mana pool in early levels, with like spear and arena and stuff like that. But once she has items, that mana pool is just too difficult to deal with.
yeah, which is why I think an anti-mage could come out. I mean, Night Stalker is pretty good against the anti-mage too, which is why you're like, okay, it could be that they were baiting this one out.
You
You're
could
not
go
able
for
to.
like a Phantom Lancer, maybe.
Yeah, but it's a little bit better against the Night Stalker than the anti-mage, but you still run into the same problems. If they manage to actually single out your hero, well, which they fairly easily can, Night Stalker stops you from being able to disengage. You can't get your doppelganger off. Your Manta style isn't going to break the silence. You're forced to build a BKB on that hero, and they go for Outwill Devourer.
Yeah, I would ban the Naga Siren from on Arkosh if I have next pick here. I think that's the best possible safe lane player or pick they have if Kits plays it. Faceless Void is not ideal. They're gonna take Lena, which is a little bit interesting here because that means we're either looking at Canis Vulpes mid or a 4-position Lena and a 5 Venge. And Medusa mid, and then they're saving Pale Horse's pick for the safe lane.
10 seconds remain.
Yeah. Who was it that we saw playing the Outward Devourer yesterday? That
Mini.
was
Well, Mini's played it twice on Jaguares.
no, but oh yeah,
Yeah, they banned the Faceless Void. Okay.
yesterday they didn't play it. It was yesterday somebody picked up the Outworld. Am I crazy?
I'm pretty sure it was Jaguares.
Huh.
We picked it today. Oh, maybe no one did pick it yesterday.
I could have sworn. All right, I'm absolutely crazy. I'm losing it. We're on the last game of the night. Focus up on what I'm seeing in front of me rather than the games that were happening yesterday. Pugna gotten rid of here. Fairly solid against Outworld Devourer. And of course, Faithless Void banned out on Arkosh. I guess, regardless of having that vengeful spirit there, they're still worried about, this ultra late game coming out from 5ManMidas. They probably also saw that game that they played yesterday against Beast Coast where they could not do anything against that Faithless Void. Kits was absolutely insane.
Yeah, it was an amazing performance by him. And I'm leaning towards the Naga Siren here. It's legitimately a pretty solid pickup in this game. Like, it does really well against the Night Stalker. You have Song of the Siren. Okay, they banned Drow.
Interesting.
Probably a better choice.
Mm-hmm.
Probably a better choice.
You only hear you actually have a couple tools that can gap distance. You have Night Stalker and Vengeful Spirit. Is Snapfire still in the pool here? It is. I wouldn't be surprised if Arkosh last picked that through the Snapfire mid and Medusa into the safe lane. Those two heroes couple up quite well with each other. Just got word from the admin that there will be no tiebreaker games tomorrow. Standings will be resolved via a metric system in place.
Very nice. All right. So 3 series remain. The Ogre. So it is going to be a mid Lena, most likely, or a safe lane Venge.
It'll probably be a mid Lena.
There's the Naga. I knew it, man. It's the best pick here.
Interesting. I mean, on one hand, Naga Siren, it naturally builds a diffusal blade quite well.
Safe lane Night Stalker, off lane Ogre.
Interesting.
I think this is like a must. Night Stalker cannot lane against Naga Siren. It is unplayable.
He does struggle quite a bit, but who's it going to be? Is God. So it's going to be pause 3 Ogre Magi on Gremlo?
Yeah, I mean, that's what it looks like. Here's the thing, like, you need something that can sit in lane against the Naga Siren. Night Stalker is not that hero, and instead, you're going to put him against Mars and Mirana, which I guess is okay. It's not terrible. You're still going to have the Medusa versus OD mid, which Medusa should just kind of trade farm in. I don't think OD really has kill potential there at all, unless you set up for like a Astral into Arrow, so you just have to be very careful of that. But the reason the Naga Siren is just so good here is you have mana burn potential for the Medusa, and she is a hard counter to the Night Stalker. Dark Ascension comes out, you Song of the Siren, you either disengage or you can reset the fight in your favor. And it is super strong.
We'll see how this one goes to them in game number 1. I think that the Vengeful Spirit Medusa was a very strong opening, and I think that not picking the anti-major is a bit of a mistake, to be honest, but we'll see how they do. Again, not sure what to expect out of these teams a lot of the time. Starting to get a better feel for 5ManMidas, but this was the team that made it through the open qualifiers. They ran the gauntlet. They managed to beat a couple pretty tough teams to get here. But Arkosh, they've had moments of brilliance. I mean, they managed to beat Sad Boys. Came off.
And 4 Zoomers. They beat 2 teams at the top of the brackets.
Yeah. 2 teams that we thought looked incredibly strong. So impressive by them to be able to pull that off. But we'll see if they can beat 5ManMidas, the OQ team today. Can you tell 4 Zoomers to give up because we want Arkosh Gaming, says Rocker Gagi? Absolutely disgusting.
The quest for ultimate glory continues.
Shout out to... Oh, God. Absolutely disgusting. I'm not even going to read this all chat.
Oh, my God.
Keenest. It's kind of... behavior is absolutely unacceptable. Did they get a draft penalty this time around?
He might get we might get this guy chat banned here pretty soon. Gaben?
Yeah. Sonic. Just gonna zone out the heroes here. Everybody scouting out who's going into what lane. I think just looking for a little bit of information when they see Gremlo here on the Ogre Magi.
30 seconds and counting.
I mean, they're looking for the Astral setup into Arrow, but they're gonna get it. Should be an easy one. No way that you die. They're gonna go God's Rebuke here. Yeah, Pale Horse First Blood going to RRL on the Outworld Devour. That's what we're talking about. You know, they have Arrow set up this time. You know, I think last time we saw them play this hero, the only Arrow setup they had was on OD. This time they've got multiple ways of doing it. You have the snare from the Naga Siren. You have the spear from Mars. It's going to work out pretty well for them, I think.
It's a bit odd to me that they let Mirana through after Mars being picked up in the first phase there. A lot of the time you wonder, okay, never mind. I thought that there would be Sonic staying there in the bottom with Monster, but looks like they want him to attack Kremlin and Crow in the top lane. I don't know about this one. I thought it would be too good to have God's Rebuke and Spear of Mars set up for that arrow. They have tons of kill potential there with that.
Well, goodbye range creep, top lane. Pretty much standard stuff with a Mirana. Oh wow, they just doubles nuke this bottom range creep. They Void and Magic Missiled it to kill it.
I mean, that's one way to secure CS, I suppose.
Yeah.
They mentioned the deny on the range creep on their own side as well. In fact, their courier goes down too. Shoot, giving up 25 gold to every hero on Arkosh. Not a good start.
All right, pretty good stuff.
Light Striker Ray comes out onto Kits, and he's taking kind of heavy harass here. Run out of wind. Back to the jungle. I'm not sure what he threw the arrow out onto. It must have been a range creep on the side of the Radiant there. But I don't imagine there's going to be too much action up here in the top. Kit's just so much armor to fall back on, 330 base movement speed. It's hard to actually get your hands on a Naga Siren at the start of the game.
Yeah, I think the idea is just try and push the Mirana out of the lane, and then when the Lina comes over, you should have enough damage between the two of you to try and harass this out. You know, LSA and Dragon Slave, fantastic ways of clearing up these illusions. Mid lane going very well in favor of the OD, which is expected. I mean, he is going to win this lane. You don't have the damage potential here on the Medusa to try and out CS him. The only thing you can do is recover because you farm way faster. So this is going to be a pretty great, you know, starting lane here for RRL. He just has to be careful, you know, to avoid these Mystic Snakes when possible.
Yep. It shouldn't be too difficult. I mean, this is why I absolutely hate Outwill Devour as a hero, though. The mid lane is usually so incredibly boring. The spell just takes the enemy hero out of the game for 4 seconds, and they both walk away from each other a lot of the time. I want blood in my games, man.
Yeah, there's, you know, we're all looking for it. Bottom lane, you might get it the sidestep from Pale Horse. Oh my god, he barely dodges out that spear. That might have been first blood.
So not quite finding the connection there, unfortunately. So we'll probably have to wait until 4 minutes hits and heroes go to contest the mid rune. The power rune.
They're just crushing bot lane. Goat's gonna get pushed against the wall. No mana for any other spells, but not necessary. The decays, the soul rip, the spear level 2 is all they needed to take down that vengeful spirit. And I mean, the good news here is Pale Horse will get some solo XP under the tower, which, I mean, as Night Stalker goes, you want to be able to get as much XP as you can before first night.
Yep. They're doing a good job of shutting down this Night Stalker before the first night. He got a couple of the last hits under the first wave, but I think this is why they committed Shu down here to the bottom lane instead of having the Mirana and Mars together. Just like the constant decays coming out on him, making it that much harder for him to CS, reducing his base damage.
Yeah, I mean, you can see in the XP right now, Monster is ahead of Pale Horse on the Night Stalker, and they've had the Undying here for quite a while. So I'm a little bit surprised that Crow's not playing as aggressive on this Naga Siren. I think the two of them, they should be able to zone out this hero pretty easily, but it seems they're a little bit afraid for some reason.
Should look to their middle tower.
Yeah, I mean, he's got a lot of armor to work with. When he pops his illusions, Lina can get bursted down pretty fast. He got an extra 40 base movement speed over the Lina. So it's scary if you do end up getting yourself caught out, but also you shouldn't be letting Naga Siren get away with anything in this lane. This, like you said, it is going to do pretty well against both the Night Stalker and the Medusa as the game goes on. A lot is going to come down to who gets more farm inside the laning stage here.
Whoa, what happened mid? Suddenly 24-8 versus 16-7. The Medusa is just now 10 CS ahead when she was like 8 behind not only a few minutes ago. Top lane, Naga Siren. This is what we're talking about. If you can get these heroes on top of the Naga, and the Mirana showing mid, they just finish off the kill. There's no way to fight into that Lina. It's an incredible counter.
I mean, it's not easy when you're rotating around the map right now on Sonic, but just paying attention to what's going on. They know, okay, 5 minutes of hit. They're going to go for bounty runes. We'll take advantage of this one, and we'll just collapse under the Naga Siren. I mean, I don't like to see this, them getting an advantage here in the early game on Arkosh. Oh, do they realize that he dropped that Observer ward there?
The one right in front of the Roche?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Mid lane, a huge dive is going to force 2 TPs, and now the horse might be in some trouble. Extended pretty far forward for this. The Astral into Arrow and the Spear. Night Stalker does have quite a bit of movement speed, but RL will drop the Eclipse there just to make sure he does not survive. And they'll just send Goat bottom, try and soak some experience since he's only level 2 on this Vengeful Spirit. I guess so is Sonic. They're struggling in the XP department. Mid lane, Crow here trying to soak some damage just in case an arrow is going to come out. I think he's just going to take the regen, right? Yeah.
Might as well if you're sitting pretty low. Medusa at pretty full mana and HP as well. Being able to recover all the mana if he just goes into this medium camp over here. You throw the Mystic Snake onto these Satyr Mind Stealer and Banishers, you're back up to full.
Radiant have
All
fortified
right.
their
fact,
structures
in a lot just from hitting the range creep in the outworld.
Yeah, Night Stalker now. It is nighttime, so you don't really have an easy way of dealing with him in the bottom lane. Now, he did get punished very heavily for that rotation mid, and they might try and do it here once again. You're almost level 6 on Monster. A little bit of a preemptive gank here, because you really do need that arena.
And Pale Horse really needs that Dark Ascension to be able to get out of it before they commit onto him. So, Goat probably want to back up right now and stay out of XP range. He's just going to go into the jungle here. They are super worried about the arena coming out. You can do a lot of damage right now on Monster. And it looks like Kits is just going to sit inside the jungle right now. Nobody farming out the top lane. Could be I mean, Shu could take advantage of this, but they're all just sitting down here looking for Pale Horse, who isn't even here.
Yeah, big fan of Gremlo Midas on the Ogre. Now, I'm sure this man, you know, he's starving. He's been hungry. It's his time to get money, buy himself some food for the first time in his life. I think that's the idea.
I see Gremlo going for this Midas. He's not going to allow it. Gremlo having his own source of income, that's how he breaks his shackles.
It is.
That's not going to happen. You'll see him change from the Midas to something else as soon as Slacks catches wind of it.
Still on to Mars. Still not level 6 on Pale Horse, though, and Monster's just going to dive the tower. Misses the spear. Sir, this is not really what you want to be happening, and they're going to keep diving as Shu and Sonic going to continue the chase. Then comes the Dark Ascension arrow off the mark. He will be able to break that salve, but Pale Horse on the backside is just tunneling down this Undying, and in comes the TP from Gremlo. Multicast onto the Mars. He's going to go down. No way you can survive just getting beat down by an Ogre, and Sonic dies to the Batman.
Yeah, you lose 3 heroes there just for grabbing the Vengeful Spirit, and you're not even going to manage to get this tower. The deny comes out from Pale Horse.
And
you
with that Tombstone Gold, look at Gremlo pinging the range creep. He's like, I've done it. I have made it to Midas.
He actually didn't. Oh no! All right, he is playing position 3. I suppose it's an all right item, but I mean, this is more of something people get in their pubs in desperate situations and actually pick up. I've not seen a position 3 Ogre Magi in ages.
Dude, I love position 3 Ogre, and in this game, it legitimately isn't bad. Did he multicast the first one? Jerry, where was your obs? Where were you moving the camera? There's only one thing that matters.
He did. He got the first multicast off, and he got himself a jelly from it. At the very least, he doesn't take it from his allies like the greedy little goblin I think he is.
Oh, I love to hear it. Oh, the multicast onto Mars with his back turned. Gremlo trying to chase it down, but Sonic and Shu are here. You don't have Dark Ascension. That huge Soul Rip. That's, yeah, level 2. That'll do it.
Yeah. Heals back up. I'm genuinely surprised that Gremlo didn't steal the Royal Jelly for himself after grabbing it. Ends up dropping it onto Medusa, Night Stalker.
Yeah, it's a huge oversight.
Night Stalker, he's going to be pretty happy with that extra HP regen. He's sitting at 9.5 a second right now.
It's the mana, too, because he burns through mana, especially when you get, like, Aghanim Scepter eventually. It is... You just are constantly casting that Void.
He's got quite a bit between the Royal Jelly and the Basilius that Gremlo was bestowing upon him.
So right now, I mean, Arkosh looking pretty decent. It is a slight gold advantage going their way. The top net worth is this Medusa. She has managed to find a lot of jungle creeps here in the mid lane. Or in the early mid game, rather. Sitting with that Morbid Mask and the Iron Talon. A very convenient drop, helping you clear jungle creeps that much faster. She's going to queue up the Dragon Lance as expected. Yeah, I mean, the bonus attack range with the Dragon Lance, you'll have 4 points in the Venge Aura relatively early. All you can hope is for a Grove Bow and eventually a Telescope, and then you basically become Sniper.
There's 2 things I hate. It's Medusa and Sniper. I do think that the Vengeful Spirit pairs up. The Vengeful Spirit pairs up with Medusa quite well. I know I keep going back to that point, but the Vengeance is pretty different. Ooh.
They commit the Dark Ascension, the TP in from the Venge. They even pop the drums. All this trying to find a Mirana. They realize they're not going to catch him, so Monster instead going to be the target of their choice. Crippling Fear comes out. They've got to hit an LSA here. He does have the arena, might be able to use it to zone out Crow. He does. just in time, but Pale Horse able to just chase him underneath the tower, and in comes Gremlo. He's like, my kill, sir. Nah, Crow's gonna grab it instead.
Yeah. He might have been able to get away there on the Mars if he committed the arena immediately after the Void came out and walked around that. But after that, Pale Horse, he was holding the Void to interrupt any possible TP. Realized he made the mistake and did not make it twice. So ends up bringing down the Mars. He's forced to commit the arena as well. It's going to be on cooldown for another 60 seconds. So Arkosh just... They would be able to make movements right now if it wasn't daytime. Unfortunately, they're kind of limited with what they can do because of the fact that one of their heroes is the Medusa and it's currently day.
Oh, another 2x multicast on the Midas. Gremlo giggling in excitement, I can already tell.
I hate this guy. He's changed his icon. This one is a bit less violent than the last one.
Yeah. They are looking for Pale Horse bottom. The reveal of that Force Staff into an arrow. It hits. Oh, it does hit the Night Stalker. I thought it hit a creep for a moment. A nice potential savior from the Medusa. Are they going to try and turn this around? Oh my goodness. Pale Horse surviving. Dude, all right. Medusa might have just made one of the sickest plays of the game. A 3-man stun from that Stone Gaze, keeping Pale Horse alive through it all.
Yeah, this does secure the Hurricane Pike for Medusa. I mean, it was pretty sick. I'll give it up for all that much. Medusa, usually not that active at this point in the game. In fact, a lot of the time you don't even see Medusa, or it's rare for you to see them level Stone Gauge just because they want to go full farming ability. So max out Blizzard Shot and Mystic Snake. It's good for the disengage, but that's about it. Seeing them set up kills this early is a bit unusual.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what he's saving his money for. He can literally just buy the Dragonlance.
I think he's waiting for the courier to reach the base first.
Oh,
What did he buy instead?
Oh, no, he bought a Demon Edge. Okay. So
This guy first to him Divine Rapier. He is not.
I've seen it before.
They get Manta style first. There's absolutely no way Canis goes first item Divine.
Oh, they managed to find the Naga Siren. Crippling Fear is there. They commit the Laguna, the Magic Missile. Pale Horse takes him down. Shoot. He drops a Tombstone on the high ground, which actually favors Arkosh there. They will finish that up as well. And they're just going to let this Medusa go back to farming. I mean, with a Demon Edge, you farm that much faster.
It's pretty... It's not bad cost-effective damage. 42 for the 2,200 gold. And, used to be pretty awful, so clear up these stacks pretty quickly, especially paired up with this Mathematics. And she had the Iron Talon as well, which I barely even noticed. Actually farming so insanely fast here on Canis. I am super curious as to what this Demon Edge is going to turn into. There's a number of items you can get. I'm thinking it's probably going to be an MKB.
Probably MKB, I would say as well. It ends up usually being Monkey King Bar, but I would gain a little bit of respect for Canis Vulpus if it's a Divine Rapier. Now, I'm not saying that would be a lot of respect. I would still not respect him at all, but it would be, you know, still more than previous.
More than negative.
Yes, exactly. 0 is still greater, I guess, than -1.
If this guy gets a Divine, he will lose it instantly.
I'd love to see it.
This is what happens when you leave Slacks in charge of managing your team. They don't understand the value of money. They just buy themselves Divine Rapiers. They crash them.
I mean, he is farming very fast now. 1,000 in front of a Naga Siren, one of the fastest farming heroes in Dota 2, who also has a Manta style, going for the Diffusal now, which is pretty expected here on the Naga, right? You're going to need that source of mana burn. Still can't get out of Crippling Fear thanks to just it being a great AoE silence, but you have Song of the Siren for setup mid lane. They gotta be a little careful here. All right, Ensnare mid, trying to burn out as much of this Medusa's mana as possible. They're just gonna commit the Stone Gaze into the Song of the Siren, stunning every single person up. He's gonna TP in on Night Stalker. The arena is there. Dark Ascension, the Crippling Fear able to catch forward, but goodbye Medusa. She's already dead. The arena doing so much work. Pale Horse looking for RL in the backside, but a beautiful Soul Rip and a Immediate follow-up with that thunder, or with the hammer. I guess it doesn't actually do a whole lot on the backside. They will be able to hold down 2 spear, and that ensnare. Lina will fall. Goat as well. Oh my goodness, they're just getting ran over here. 5ManMidas taking an incredible fight. That's what I'm talking about here. The Naga Siren. He just reset the fight.
Yeah, beautiful team fight there by them, and just the arena coming up, the setup from that song, as well as being a reset. Nobody in particular pumping out tons of damage. Okay, you're just
Pale Horse might be dead. Arrow? Oh, baby.
You tried. There's no getting out of there. So, 409 gold going the way of RRL, who very badly needs is going to get his Aghanim Scepter pretty quickly here. Got the 4 staff first, which of course he needs against the Night Stalker. And they start finding tier 2 neutral items.
Okay, Dragon Scale, not bad, not bad. Ogre Magi is still pretty farmed for an offlaner, but the big problem is this Pale Horse Night Stalker. I mean, he's your one, and he is struggling. He does not have a lot of net worth. He just died. He doesn't farm well without an Aghanim Scepter. And nighttime is going to be over in 2.5 minutes.
Yeah. They lost a fair bit of their advantage in that team fight in the mid lane as well. I pulled open that fight recap. It ended up being like 1,700 gold. Those be, if you don't count the Night Stalker, then about 3,000 XP.
Wow, that is yeah, that's substantial. And it's big for RRL. I mean, he is going to go the Aghanim Scepter build this game. We talk about, you know, some games it's good, some games it's bad, but he's got the 4 staff. He's going to be able to get the Ags relatively soon, which is fantastic at dealing with the Naga Siren, because say she pops, you know, that Stone Gaze, you can just Astral walk away, reset the fight once again, and RL's going to start trying to build up these stacks. He has 3 stacks right now in the Sanding Clip multiplier, but going to find a DD rune instead. They do have... Where's that sentry? Oh, here it is. Okay.
There it is. That'll finish up the Aghanim Scepter with that last Astral thrown out right there. A bit harder to get on top of these targets and blow them up. I would be surprised if Pale Horse ended up building a Blink Dagger here. See that quite a bit in the Chinese region after he gets BKB complete.
Yeah, that seems to be the way to play it, in my opinion. Gremlo is going for the Solar Crest, going to try and give a lot more damage on over to this Medusa. I mean, the idea here is just make this Medusa godlike, but we saw in the last fight how fast she can just die if soloed off. Like, she just gets speared against the wall. The arena zoning out the entire side of Arkosh, and she just melts to this OD. The OD and the Nagasharn. Speaking of OD, the Astral top lane, it's gonna find Pale Horse a second one to boot, and you get an arrow to follow. Oh boy, a spear. Yikes, another kill going the way onto this Night Stalker, and he's supposed to be farming. I guess he has BKB. It is completed, but it was not delivered.
Speaking of completed, that is a Divine Rapier on the Medusa.
Did he actually do it?
Yeah, I pinged it out so all the other broadcasters
Oh, baby. He's going for it. Your Pale Horse is dead. You cannot fight right now, Medusa. Please do not walk into the enemy team. This is a bad idea. We'll be able to get a double kill here on Kits. The Naga Siren coming online here, level 16.
Gremlo playing very close to Keenan. I feel, you know, a little bit more afraid rather than safe if I had Gremlo as my escort.
Probably. Oh, the 2 times multicast. Not the 3 times, though, because you cannot be blessed with that Gremlo.
3 times himself for a blood immediately afterwards.
All right, they're walking onto the high ground. The Medusa, she cannot afford to go down. She gets the Stone Gaze off with the Divine Rapier. She's just stunned. The Song of the Siren. This is the issue. Oh, no. BKB from Night Stalker available. They're pinging out the Medusa. She just gets surrounded. Can she do the damage to swap out? She's got to do everything by herself. Night Stalker, the BKB doing some more Kits. He's got to get her, but there's the arrow on the mark. They're trying to protect the Medusa. Can they get her, though? She's surviving with the life steal, but finally goes down. Sonic on the run. Rapier on the deck. Who picked it up?
That was Gremlo. Gremlo holding the rapier.
He's going to drop it in base for his boy. Rapier salvaged. Arkosh Gaming sweating bullets right now as the Medusa falls to 7th on net worth as a result of losing the Rapier for the moment.
She'll have it back up in another seconds, but that was about a 5,000 XP swing. My God, they see that rapier on Medusa and they just panic. They must have seen that a demon edge and knew it was coming. Unfortunately, just slightly off the mark with some of these abilities, couldn't get the stun off on her. She did insane damage despite being disabled for most of that fight. 4.1k coming out from her in that team fight, but was stunned for almost all of it.
That was so wild. Gremlo also has a Philosopher's Stone. So he is top net worth of his team, at least until Medusa picks up her rapier. All right, there you go. Very nice. But it's pretty funny. Like, Gremlo is really farmed on this offlane ogre, and he's not building dumb items. I'm very surprised. I don't know how he did it. Maybe Slacks did give him a snack. I don't know.
I don't think Slacks does positive reinforcement.
Yeah, you're right.
He tightens the chains. Man can only go so long without eating any food. It's only going to be, what, another... Yeah, got another 450 gold until his Solar Crest is complete. Then attack speed buff onto the Medusa, going to do tons of damage.
This Roach is massive, and they take it so fast thanks to that medallion and the Wave of Terror. They will scan it out, but it might be too late. Medusa, if she gets this, you can't kill her twice. Oh my goodness, what a sick play here from the side of Arkosh. They get the Aegis onto this Medusa, and she's almost to a BKB, over halfway there.
Wave of Terror and Medallion of Courage just allowed them to take it so quickly with all the damage on Medusa. Bloodlust as well. Just, this is the Canis Vulpus game, it looks like.
It is. I mean, they sat behind the Canis Vulpus Medusa, you know, yesterday, and they're gonna just do it again today. He's a power lifter for his team.
I think they're just gonna try to walk right down the mid lane here.
I think what they want to do is force them to respond, right? Naga Siren and Sonic going to try and cut as many waves as possible, but Crow, he's not going to let this happen. He has Yules and an Aether Lens. You got to be careful. All right, tier 2 down. The question is, can you just sit behind him and go tier 3?
They're going to try.
Oh, the multicast. Look at that. He now has Solar Crest.
Night Stalker has been forced to think back here.
TP's bottom. He's looking for kits. He's going to try and force the TP potentially. Oh my gosh. Pale Horse just lost everything. He could BKB. He does not. Kit's going to get the TP off as a result. And he's out. I mean, you do force the Song of the Siren. They lose the tier 2. And now they got to go ahead and try and push bottom. Medusa can just kill it through anything. You know, there's no backdoor protection for tier 1 towers.
He's doing about... over 100 damage a shot.
Yeah, Bloodlust, Solar Crest, pretty good. 5ManMidas just avoiding Arkosh. They're like, we want nothing to do with these guys.
Yeah, I mean, they're finding objectives on their own. Every move that they make, they seem to mirror here on 5ManMidas.
They're picking out Pale Horse. He might be in trouble. He has BKB to turn this around. He might have to. Yes, he will. Knight in 30 seconds, so he's not going to have any way of really turning this fight around. BKB
expended, but honestly, to not go down there, you're fine with it using your 10-second charge. Sorry, 9-second charge. The second time it came out. Monster just can. All these heroes on 5ManMidas continue trying to split push the lanes. I mean, they can kill the Medusa once. I genuinely believe they're able to blow her up and set up with a good Song of the Siren. Getting her twice, if you can't kill her in that arena, it does become a little bit difficult.
Yeah, I think they need to just wait out that Aegis. It feels like an impossible task, right, to get into this Medusa. The problem, though, is you're allowing her to farm during this whole time. She finishes the Dragonlance. She's almost to a BKB. And as soon as you have that, plus now Bloodlust and Solar Crest, and it's going to get more and more difficult.
She's attacking one attack off every 0.4 seconds. 415 attack speed on her when she's got this Divine Rapier. And one range pull down the Stone Gaze direction. They'll probably go towards the Stone Gaze direction, but they're just gonna push here. I mean, they're hitting these tier 3s. Fortified's coming out from both sides, trying to keep that catapult alive.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a hard task. You can start building up these Sanity's Eclipse stacks. He will sidestep the arrow, but it does connect onto Gremlo of all heroes. He's fine with that. Tier 3's down. Shu just loses half of his health to two auto attacks. Monster has to be careful as well. It does so much work.
And
they're just going to take it. I mean, RL, he's got 12 Sandy's Eclipse modifiers, but they have no way of dealing. Oh, Crow blinked in and taked an arrow, and he will dodge with the Eagle, sends Pale Horse into the wall. But you're still dealing with this Medusa. She's going to pop the Stone Gaze. You can no longer fight. There's going to be the Banish, and you just have to disengage. They got the bonus move speed, but the song? Hold on. The wraparound from Kits? Are they doing it? The arrow off the mark. You still got the Aegis. They're going to try and just take out the rest of the team, ignoring the Medusa. The swap to save her. She gets pinned against the wall. You've lost 2. They got to get back. Medusa, the Aegis. She's standing her ground, though. She's able to take down Mars. He buys back. Oh, this could be an absolute nightmare. Medusa stunned up, losing so much mana. In comes Pale Horse. He's getting the damage from this Medusa. She just shreds the remaining members. Oh, my goodness. She TPs out. They leave. An incredible attempt there from 5ManMidas, but they cannot get the 2 lives of the Medusa.
Really, that ended up being best case scenario for Arkosh game. You ended up getting the racks. Medusa went down. You got a lot of use out of that Aegis and further extended your net worth lead. I think you could have just let them go and instead set up for the Medusa after the Aegis had expired, which would have been another 10 seconds from now. Right now, you can swing the game around if you do get the Divine Rapier for yourself, but you're struggling.
Yeah, once she has that Eye of Scotty and the split use or the split shot modifiers, I don't know how you deal with her.
They're gonna go for it again. Don't have OD with them still coming back up here. I mean, they could grab a shrine and TP him over here, or the outpost rather, but that would give them away.
I mean, she just finished BKB and has Stone Gaze again, so she's not easy to kill. You always have the save from Goat with the swap as long as he's positioned well.
Well, outpost is taken, but
oh, baby, a Titan Sliver. Oh, wait a minute. You're going to take the Spider Legs over Titan Sliver on Medusa?
Bizarre.
That feels wrong, but, you know, it's Canis Vulpes. I'm not surprised. All right, well, now he's going to take Enchanted Quiver. That's okay.
That feels even more wrong.
All right, mid lane, they're going to spear Ogre into the wall. Pale Horse in pursuit, trying to find someone, but they do have that Moonlight Shadow to be able to walk away.
Just not able to get on top of this Medusa here. Odster, I mean, he wants to set up on them. I think he should have gone for a Blade Mail or something to take out this Medusa. I mean, redirect all the auto attacks onto yourself, Blade Mail it back to her. That's something. Instead, in that last team fight, he activated his Bulwark. He just took way too much damage because all the split shots were hitting him. Even with damage reduced by 70%, he was just destroyed. Does his best to keep these creep waves shoving into the mid lane, but he's going to have to TP home now. They need him for this defense.
I mean, you're in a really difficult scenario. Again, Nightstalker is the one who ended up taking the Enchanted Quiver, which is a little weird. He will take the arrow as well, which is pretty typical here. Nice Spirit back. I mean, can they keep Pale Horse alive? They need to get the swap. They finally do. Takes a lot of damage from the Sandy's Eclipse, but he is alive at the end of the day, and they can just back on out. Well, Crow might not be so lucky. Yeah, that's a double Astral into arrow. RL now up to 11 Sandy's Eclipse charges.
It's something they found, but not enough. Not for that tier 3 tower they just lost.
Why do you have Enchanted Quiver on Nightstalker? How is Titan Sliver on Ogre the play here?
I couldn't tell you. I mean, to be honest, maybe you click somebody down, you can blow up maybe Medusa or Undying on the back line. I'm not sure exactly what that one's all about. I would
Craggy Coat.
That'll probably go the way of either Goat or Gremlo, right?
I would assume you put it on Gremlo. I mean, he doesn't attack anything, but I guess a lot of their damage this game isn't even physical, so it might not matter.
Yeah. Titan Sliver I would like to see on Canis, just due to the fact that, you know, it's the hard lockdown that's going to make you lose these team fights. The 5-second arrows, the spears into the walls here.
Medusa Spider Legs up on the high ground. I mean, again, they're under the Moonlight Shadow, but you're holding this high ground here on Arkosh. Roche on a pretty long respawn, 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Yeah, which is a bit of a boon here to 5ManMidas. If they get Roshan again, they're going to take it in no time at all. And you're not going to be able to bring down this Medusa twice. Fire legs now found by Kit, so just send them back to base here. Outworld will probably hold them. Either that or Monster here. He's going for a Heaven's Halberd now, which I thought he'd pick up a lot earlier, but he just haven't managed to find himself any farm. It's been such a struggle for him. Just forced to build. He got himself a Yule's Blink Dagger not long after that, but then just so many bad fights.
Yeah, we're in a scenario now where, like, the Medusa, yes, normally is a terrible matchup into the Naga Siren, but I guess if you just go the Rapier, this is like one of those. It's one of those kind of meme builds that is legitimately good in this matchup, because Naga Siren's one of those heroes that wants to build like a butterfly, of course, and you just don't allow the Naga Siren ever to come online because you just destroy her and her illusions immediately.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't think it would get to this point, though. I mean, outside of that, Naga Siren feels like a very good character to the Medusa, but when you're in this kind of position, it's just one more of your DPS tools that you don't have, right?
Yeah, I mean, they're DD ruined up. They're looking for the high ground here. Medusa doesn't get the BKB off, but still pretty safe on the backside. OD just gets destroyed, and now the Medusa BKB comes out. Song of the Siren not going to protect you. Goodbye, Ogre, and that Stone Gaze just destroys Kits, and they're going to keep chasing RL underneath a sentry. He gets caught by two. Long-range LSA, unable to get on out. Crow blink forward. He's going to find the Mars as well. What a sick catch by him. And here comes the Medusa Spooter legging her way over. She's just so damn fast. Mask of Madness, they won't be able to get that spear off, but it's just time for Crow to set up another stun. Gremlo rotating in, assisting with that Fire Blast. This might be it. You have no buybacks on your OD. Your Mars is dead. You have no creeps here, however, as Medusa will have to just, or I guess they're going to TP back. Wow, double boots of travel on these two. That's nice. All right. Nice forward of the creep wave, and they're going to be able to run it back into the mid.
Yeah, not wasting any time here. Just wanting to close out this game, it seems. Game, it could have gone either way. That fight in the triangle just not quite going their way. Couldn't get their hands on Canis. I mean, they saw the Divine Rapier and they just threw way too much at him. Like, just panicked. Arena was off the mark. They didn't get the combination with the spear or the arrow.
Oh my god. The BM from Canis Vulpus just never ends. It's just over. Objective Gaming, they pop the BKBs, kill the throne. Arkosh get a third win of the tournament. Neph, I could see you face palming from here.
I mean, you hate to see it. Sometimes the bad guys win, and that's life. But God, you'd think that this open qualifier team would be able to take these guys out, put Arkosh in their place.
Yeah, you know, everyone would like to see it. I think we're at a scenario now where we're going to start seeing teams banning this Medusa against Arkosh. It's just a strat that they apparently feel comfortable enough with when they don't get their Leshrac or something. And on the back of a 25k net worth Medusa and an early Divine Rapier, they're feeling pretty dang good about it.
I mean, look at these graphs. I mean, Medusa bought that Divine Rapier. The game wasn't really in their favor at that point. It was like the fights that happened afterwards. I mean, the 19 minutes into this game, there was a huge dip downward when the Medusa went down, lost the net worth. Not really accurate to what happened in the game. But again, if that fight was taken slightly differently there, if Medusa was, I don't know, further up the cliff, if they comboed the arrow up with the arena that came out, if they got the initial astral imprisonment off the Medusa and killed the allies first, so many different things could have happened, and the game would have very easily been won by 5ManMidas.
Yeah, I mean, just a fantastic game from them. They end up closing out the first one of the night. We got game 2 coming up here between Arkosh and 5ManMidas. We'll be back. Last one. We'll see you soon.